see here. Let's take care of the easy open latch. Easy access. And here it is, the HP 600 G3 from 2017 with a Q270 chipset supporting Intel 6th and 7th generation CPUs. Starting off, we have 4 slots DDR4 up to 2400 megahertz and a maximum of 64 gigabytes. Next to that, you have the M2 slot for a Wi-Fi Bluetooth module, which would have an antenna running back here and to a small dongle on the back if it was included or added on. Next to that is the full-size M2 slot for a 2280 or 2230. Next to that is a USB header. Now this has an extra 2 pins on it than your standard USB header and is labeled SD RDR or SD reader, but I have personally plugged fan controllers and different things that plug into a USB header and they work just fine. This model has moved down to only 2 SATA connectors, but it only comes with a single full-size SATA power cable and then the mini optical cable. And here we have the PCIe slots. The first one is an X4. I'm not sure why. In the position known as slot 2 is a full-size X16 PCIe 3.0 slot right next to the power supply for maximum airflow. Speaking of the PSU, they've dropped it down 20 watts to 180. This is the first of the ProDesk 600 to include the swappable VGA port. I have swapped it out with DisplayPort myself, but I believe there are a few other options if you order from HP. If I'm not mistaken, it just uses USB-C as its technology. Framework, backbone. I don't know what the term would be for that. Still include the nice little standard speaker as a PC speaker. If you have no speakers connected to your computer and you go to watch a YouTube video, it will play out of the front of this machine just fine. Not the best speaker in the world, but much better than what's usually included. It is something that I really love about these pre-builds. Sadly, unlike the previous 2 generations, I have not seen an open fan header, usually labeled as chassis fan 2, on this board at all. If you wanted to add any kind of fans, you'd have to be coming up with adapters. Don't let it fool you. A fan will not work on the H-Sense connector. On that note, let's check the front panel connections. There is a newly added USB-C port on the front, then your standard dual USB 3 and USB 2.0, and a single audio interface jack, and a little bit of wear on that power button. Moving to the back side, there's not a lot of change. First, we have your standard dual audio jacks, VGA port, dual display port, which can be combined for triple monitor displays, gigabit Ethernet, 4 additional USB 2 ports, and 2 more USB 3, making that 4 total. This was the HP ProDesk 600 G3 small form factor legacy audit.